All right, everyone, it's 2 p.m. We're going to go ahead and get started. This is the State Expedited Accusations calendar in the State Court of Fulton County, Georgia. I'm Judge Melanie Williams, and this calendar is for those individuals who've been recently arrested, but the cases have already been formally accused and bound over to state court. All defendants, you have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say regarding the facts of your case can and will be used against you. You also have the right to counsel today. As you can see, I'm conducting this hearing over the internet as a live stream. It's also being recorded. That means any member of the public can log on and watch. When I ask if you understand your rights, that is what I am referring to. Have all defense attorneys had the opportunity to interview their clients? Yes,
Yes.
I'll take it. All right. Those who receive a signature bond will be reset. Further notice, those who receive a surety or cash are going to stay at all purpose on June the 6th. All right. Are there any other outstanding issues before we begin? All right. Hearing none, who do I have at courtroom two?
Position number 4, Mr. Kevin McPorto.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. McForto. I'm sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. Your case is 24 CR 003210E. In this case, you are charged with battery, family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can I have that history, Mr. Howard?
Third, 2022 suspended license, no low. 2022 FTA, and he's wanted out of Douglas County.
Okay. All right. Whose case is this for the state?
Good afternoon, Judge. It's mine.
Oh, good afternoon, Ms. Desiano. Please proceed.
Your Honor, this incident took place May 22nd, 2024. Officers responded to a dispute call at 2135 Godby Road in Atlanta. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the victim, Ms. Samira Tillman. Ms. Tillman advised that she and the defendant are in a relationship together and they live together. They were arguing when he struck her in the face multiple times. The officer observed Ms. Tillman to have a swollen left eye and cut underneath her eye. It's my understanding that Ms. Tillman was also arrested as a result of this incident, so our office has not spoken with her. However, it's my understanding that Mr. Walker is dismissing the charges against her. If Ms. Tillman's attorney is on the line, then I'll defer to them about contact. Otherwise, the state would be recommending a signature bond through pretrial, a no further contact with the victim, stay away from the incident location, anger awareness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right. Mr. Ty, this is your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, please proceed.
Thank you. And I believe that Ms. McLeod was representing the cross defendant before she was her NOD'd, so she may have some insight into the contact provision.
That is correct, and I did speak to her. And when the court is ready, I can address the contact issue.
All right, why don't you tell us now, Ms. McLeod? She wished to have contact?
My client says she would like to have contact.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ty, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client is 21 years old. From what I saw from pretrial, he only has traffic incidents, and I believe the hold in Douglas is also a traffic incident, Your Honor. He has lived in Georgia all his life. He is a high school graduate and has been managing a gas station for the last year. He does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. As you heard, it was a dual arrest. The two warrants mirror each other almost exactly, other than the location where the officer observed injuries. Her warrant stated she told the officer she was hitting her live-in boyfriend and that he had a busted lip. I'm not sure why his charges weren't also dismissed, but I would ask for a signature bond through the jail. And no violent contact, nothing further.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $3,500 signature bond through pretrial at level 1. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case. Additionally, he's to have no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and he is going to take the 1-day anger awareness course. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing further.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
Position number 6, Mr. Jermaine Preston.
All right. Good afternoon. Mr. Preston, please come forward. Your case is 24 CR 003204G. You're charged with criminal trespass in this case. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, I do.
All right, Mr. Howard.
25. He got a bunch of driving history. Jail's the recommendation.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Sessiano?
It's my case, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good afternoon, Mr. Walker. Please proceed.
Yes, law enforcement was dispatched to 5423 Bluegrass Drive where they met with the victim, Amber Ajay, which is spelled Ajaia. She reported that the defendant, who she was in a relationship with, had previously been texting her, saying that he would take her life and he's not to be played with. On this day in question, he came to her residence, kicked in her front door. This was captured on the Ring doorbell. The state is asking for a $3,500 surety bond. No contact with Mrs. Ajay. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while on bond. Of course, we would sound for the victim.
Okay. I had a question, but all right, we'll hold that to the end. Is Mr. J on the line?
Or
and
a
wish to make
Jayla. It might be a
Is it-
Jayla.
I see Amber Ajayla. Do you wish to make a statement? You are not required to. However, if you wish to make a statement, we need you to turn on your camera and raise your right hand.
I'm here.
All right. Do you wish to make a statement? If you do, raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. You don't have to.
I mean, everything that was said was true about that.
Wait. No talking till you put. Okay. Do you swear in the front of the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay. If you wish to make a statement, you're not required to. What I'm most concerned, you can put your hand down. Thank you. What I'm most concerned with today is your desire for contact with the defendant and any concerns you have for your safety.
I have a TPO. He was served over the weekend.
Okay, so I'm assuming no contact is desired.
Yes.
All right. I appreciate you making that statement. Thank you so much. Is this your client, Mr. Tyler, or is it Ms. Kim?
It's mine, Your Honor.
All right, please proceed.
Your Honor, my client is 42 years old. He has lived in Georgia all his life. He is the father to two minor children and a 19-year-old child. He is gainfully employed. He works two jobs. He's a manager at a lounge and he runs a construction concrete company. As you heard from pretrial, he is recommended for a signature bond through the jail. He does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. He is also in the process of filing for a restraining order against the complaining witness. This incident allegedly occurred April 4th, 2024. So, you know, it's been more than a month. He's fine, of course, with a no further contact and a stay away. And he is recommended again for a signature bond through the jail. I would ask for the signature bond through the jail. I think a $3,500 surety bond for a charge of criminal trespass is excessive, nothing further.
Okay. Defendant's going to receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from that incident location, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. Is there anything additional?
Nothing to say.
Nothing
All
further.
right. All right. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
We can go to position number 1, Miss Kenya Bray.
She's here, ACDC judge.
Okay, so we're going to ACDC. Has ACDC heard their rights?
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
Judge, they have.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Bright. Your case is 24 CR 003203A. You are charged with battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Howard, can I have that history, please?
2021 theft by taking PTI, and it was dismissed.
Okay. All right, please proceed.
Your
Is
Honor,
that-
this incident took place May 22nd, 2024. Officers responded to a dispute call at 557 West Lake Avenue Northwest, apartment 332 in Atlanta. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the victim, Raymond Hall. Mr. Hall advised that the parties were arguing and the defendant kept pushing him in the back of the head. He struck the defendant once, however, the officers determined that he was acting in self-defense. The officers saw scratches on the victim and he advised it was from the defendant's long nails when she was pushing him. Our office has been in touch with the victim. He said they're in a relationship. They do not live together, but they have a child together. The incident location is his residence. He confirmed the events in the warrant. He stated nothing like this has ever happened before. He's not in fear and wants to continue contact. So with that, the state would recommend a signature bond through pretrial and no further violent contact with the victim, anger awareness, and no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Raymond Hall.
All right, is Mr. Hall present, wishes to make a statement? If so, we need you to unmute, raise your right hand.
No, ma'am, I'm good.
All right, thank you. All right, who represents this defendant?
That's mine, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Cook,
I was just on the phone with Mr. Hall. We have no, well, the recommendation is pretty much what we would like. It is, given her background, we would ask for her background, we would ask for an SOB through the jail and no anger awareness requirement at this time. We have no objection to anything else.
all right, defendant is going to receive a $2,000 SOB through pretrial at level 1. She's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional?
Nothing from the state.
All right, best of luck to you, Ms. Bray. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
Position number 7, Mr. Demetrius Sapp. In quorum 2.
All right, Mr. Sapp, your case is 24 CR 003206G. In this case, you are charged with battery family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Howard, can I have his history?
22 total. He has current drug charges in Superior Court. I think that bond is like 122,500. 2017 FTA, 2016 drug possession.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. This case, law enforcement was dispatched to 5460 Winfield Court, where they met with the victim, Ms. Shankisha Jones. I do believe that Ms. Jones is on the line. She advised that she was in the process of planning for their child's birthday. When she asked the defendant, who is her child's father, why he didn't have a present for their son, he became irate, and he punched her in the face and he threw the birthday cupcakes and essentially ruined the birthday party. The state is asking for a $2,500 surety bond, a no contact with Ms. Jones, a stay away from that incident location, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while on bond. And again, I do believe that Ms. Jones is on the line, so we would sound for Ms. Shankisha Jones.
Okay. All right, and this was back in November. Okay. All right, Ms. Jones, if you are present, wish to make a statement, please unmute, raise your right hand. Okay, hearing, seeing none. Ms. Attai?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 52 years old. He has lived in Georgia all his life. He is the father to 2 minor children and 2 adult children, 19 and 21. He is gainfully employed at PCA in shipping and receiving. He's been doing that for several years. He does suffer from some health issues, Your Honor, and was arrested on May 20th, but was transported to Grady for his health issues. I understand that he does have a very high bond set on his felony charges. Again, this did happen in November of 2023. When I spoke with the complaining witness, she stated that she would want to have contact with him. So I would ask for no violent contact and a signature bond through pretrial services.
All right. Defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond. He is to have no contact with the alleged victim. He can coordinate transfer of the child by communicating with a third party. Additionally, he's to have no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons as a condition. Is there anything additional?
Nothing from the state.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have
Excuse
next?
me, Your Honor, was there a stairway?
Did it say it was a birthday party, correct?
I did request a stay away. It was 5460 Winstead Court.
Okay, we can add that stay away.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, who do we have next?
Position number 1 on the add-on.
There's an add-on that I did not see. Give me one moment.
Mr. Dwayne Herbert.
It's only one on there. Don't get nervous.
We were having some issues with Odyssey this
It's
morning,
downloading
Judge.
very slowly. Hold on. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I don't know why I can't open the add-on calendar.
Issues with Odyssey, how unusual.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try to open it on my phone. Hold on. Actually, hold on. Miss Bridgewater, will you give me the case? Never mind. Here it is, right when I asked that. All right, Mr. Herbert, your case is 24 CR 003213C. You're charged with theft by receiving. Do you understand your rights today? Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Judge, he also has a charge for acquiring a license plate for concealing purposes.
Okay. Let me write that down. So he has 2 charges on the same case?
He does.
Okay. You understand your rights and the charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Mr. Howard?
This is 9th arrest. Most of his history is driving. Suspend the
Okay.
license.
All right, Ms. Desiano?
Your Honor, this incident took place May 22nd, 2024. Officers were patrolling in the area of Old National Highway and Old Bill Cook Road when their tag reader pinged a car showing the license plate was reported stolen. The officers initiated a stop of the vehicle at the McDonald's on Old National Highway. Officers made contact with the driver, who's the defendant, and the defendant could not answer questions about why the tag was not coming back to the vehicle that he was driving. But he did advise that he received the tag from an unknown person a couple of weeks ago. The officer was able to look up the defendant's vehicle that he was driving through the VIN number, and the vehicle came back as unregistered and uninsured. The tag was run through GCIC and confirmed it was stolen out of Atlanta. He does have some history, Judge, but like Mr. Howard said, his last arrest was in 2021. Most of it's traffic. The state's recommending a signature bond through pretrial, no driving an unregistered, uninsured vehicle, and no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while on bond.
All right, Mr. Cook, is this your client?
Yes, Your Honor, we have no objection to the recommendation.
All right, I'm gonna send it through the jail. Defendant is gonna receive a $5,000 signature bond through the jail, 2,500 on each count. He's to have no drugs, alcohol, weapons as a condition. Is there anything additional?
Nothing from the
state.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case. It's very loud here. My son, right here. All right. What do we have next?
We can go to position number 8, Mrs. Akara Stovall at ACBC.
Okay, give me 1 second. All right, good afternoon. Ms. Stovall, your case is 24 CR 003207A. You're charged with simple battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is first arrest, so we'll go straight to Mr. Walker.
Yes, Your Honor. Law enforcement was dispatched to the scene due to a fight call where they met with the victim, Mr. Javius Bell. He advised that he and the defendant have a child together. They were having a disagreement where she pushed him. I believe this occurred at his house. The state's just going to be asking for a signature bond through pretrial services, 1-day anger awareness, no further contact with Mr. Bell, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. I'm not sure if Mr. Bell is on the line, but we would sound for him at this time.
Okay. If Mr. Bell is present, wish to make a statement, you need to turn on your camera, raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you put your hand down. Mr. Bell, I'm not concerned with if you would disagree with the facts or telling me about what's happened in this case. What I'm concerned with are any concerns you have for your safety and any desire that you have for contact with the defendant. In light of those instructions I just gave you, what would you like to tell me?
Yes, I'm not concerned for my safety. Like I was telling everybody else earlier, I still do want contact with her because we do have a child together. We do have a cool vibe. It's just we do come to a lot of disagreements at times, and it shouldn't really go that far.
Okay. I appreciate you coming to court making
Your
that
Honor, can I ask the witness one question?
statement. Is it absolutely necessary,
It
Mr.
is.
Walker?
I'll be brief. Yes, Mr. Bell, do you think the defendant could benefit from some type of anger management course?
More counseling. if anything.
But some type of counseling. Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I just asked you to take that into consideration for the pretrial services bond. Thank
For
you.
both of us. But
Okay, well, thank
yeah.
you.
There's that.
I think
Okay.
that's telling.
Ms. Kim, do
Yes.
you object to an SOB through pretrial? And I am inclined to do the 1 day anger awareness, but you can place any objections you have onto the record.
Yes, I do object. I mean, there was no history of any crimes, any similar crimes either, Your Honor. She denies the allegation, Your Honor, and it is kind of shocking that she's the one who was arrested. We would like to request for signature on by through jail because the process is faster so she can attend the graduation for his kids. She has 2 kids and she really want to be there for them.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $3,000 SOB pretrial level 1. She's taken the 1 day anger awareness course. She is to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition of that SOB through pretrial.
Thank
All
you.
right, best of luck to you, ma'am. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
Position number 10, Mr. Thornton.
All right. All right, Mr. Is it Tarius Thornton?
Yes,
Your case is 24 CR 0032118. In this case, you're charged with simple battery. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Howard, can I have Mr. Thornton's history, please?
This is 10th arrest. On probation in Fulton, terrorist threats, simple battery, hindering 911 call. It's 23 CR 005-306A. Had a 2024 battery DV that was dismissed. 2019 disorderly conduct conviction. And a 06 armed robbery, ag assault, kidnapping conviction. That's it.
Okay. All right, Mr. Walker.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if I could just have 1 second. My odyssey just froze. I'm looking up those other cases. But in this case, law enforcement was dispatched to 3193 Church Street where they met with the victim, Miss Emerita Dixon. She advised that her and the defendant were in a disagreement. I believe that they're in a relationship where he punched her in the face. The officer did observe swelling to the victim's face. We have made contact with the victim. She stated that they do, in fact, have domestic violence history. As you heard from pretrial, Mr. Thornton is already out on bond on that previous case number where he's pled guilty to terroristic threats and simple battery, family violence, and hindering a person making a 911 call. I'll let you know the conditions of that probation sentence shortly. And he also has that open felony case with the same victim. So with that being said, we are asking for a $5,000 surety bond. Again, he's already out on probation for the same victim and has an open felony case. And the victim is concerned for her safety. We're asking for no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And I'm not sure if Ms. Dixon is on the line, but we would sound for her at this time.
Did you request to stay away? I didn't hear that, Mr. Walker.
Yes, we're asking for a stay away. And I do have the probation conditions for his recent conviction. He was already ordered to have no contact with Ms. Dixon and already ordered to have a family violence intervention program. And that was ordered on September of last year. So obviously that did not work out favorably.
Okay. Is Ms. Dixon on the line and wishes to make a statement? If you are you Ms. Dixon? If you are, you need to unmute. You're not Ms. Dixon? Okay. Hearing seeing none. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Thornton, is 35 years old. He's gainfully employed. He works at ABM Temp Agency. Your Honor, he does not have any child. He denies the allegation, and he has a GED, high school education, Your Honor. He's been here in Georgia all his life. His mother's here, his family's here. He's not going anywhere, Your Honor. We would like to request for a signature on bond. Pre-trial, no matter which level you may seem to find appropriate, maybe level 3, even 4. We would like to, because he does not have anybody to bail him out. So I want to make sure he gets a signature on bond. That's all, Your Honor. No objection to stay away and no further contact.
All right, defendant is gonna receive a $2,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from the incident location, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition of that surety bond. And as a reminder, he's going to the SAP calendar on the 6th of June. Is there anything further?
Yes, ma'am. Honorable Williams, I am Tara's mother. If I may,
Okay. No, at this proceeding, this is just a bond hearing. So the
Okay.
only person whose testimony is needed is the testimony of the victim. There will be other further court dates regarding this. You can get in touch with either a victim witness advocate or perhaps the public defender's office if you wish to make any additional statements. All right. I saw him raising his hand at courtroom 2. Sir, do you have a question about the bond itself?
Yes, the bond itself.
Okay, what is your question? But do not say too much that would infringe upon your right to remain silent.
Yes,
Yes,
please
ma'am.
do not say anything, please. I'll be happy to answer all your questions. Call me. The jail officer says my office number. You can call me anytime.
I need to know what's going on with the bond. I need to know like what's the bond like what do I have to pay what
Ms. Kim
Call
will
me, I'll
explain that
explain
to you.
Huh?
Okay. Ms. Kim will explain that bond matter to you, okay?
When today?
All right.
Today? The judge didn't make the ruling yet. Oh.
No, we didn't. Next, we can go to position number 2, Mr. Allen Guy.
All right, Mr. Guy, your case number is 24CR005205J. You're charged with theft of service, terroristic threats, and simple battery. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am. Can I talk my battery?
All right. Mr. Howard, can I have that history, please?
10th arrest, 2018 traffic offense, 2017 disorderly conduct conviction, 2011 family offense, and a 2010 theft.
Okay. Ms. Desiano, please proceed.
Your Honor, this incident took place May 22nd, 2024. Officers responded to a dispute call at the Sweet Food Lounge located at 375 Lucky Street Northwest. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the security officer, Mr. Philip White, who advised that the defendant drank $105 worth of alcoholic beverages and left the establishment without paying. Mr. White further advised that he followed the defendant and convinced him to return back to the restaurant when the defendant pushed him and then threatened to return to the restaurant and shoot up the place. The defendant stated that he was willing to pay the bill, but he didn't have any money or any means to pay the bill on his person. Our office has not been in touch with the victim. The state's recommending a split bond in this case, a signature bond through pretrial for the theft and the simple battery, and then a $1,500 surety bond for the terroristic threats, a stay away from the Sweet Food Lounge, anger awareness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol out on bond. And if we could sound for Mr. Philip White.
Okay. Just thinking about that split bond. All right, Mr. White, are you present and wish to make a statement? I don't see anyone with that name. Mr. Cook, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 43 years old. He's been in the Atlanta area lived in the Atlanta area about 15 years. He is currently taking courses to get his CDL. We have no objection to the conditions of the bond. We would be seeking a signature bond through a pretrial at whatever level the court deems appropriate.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial at level 1. It'll be 2,000 signature on each count. He's going to take the 1-day anger awareness course. He's to have no alcohol whatsoever, drugs, or weapons, and he will be reset for the notice. Is there anything additional?
Your Honor, can you add a stay away from the Sweet Food Lounge?
Yes, please do not return to the Sweet Lounge while this is pending. All right. And I'm sorry, it's going to be level 2.
Level 2. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Position 9, Ms. Thornton.
All right. All right, good afternoon, Ms. Thornton. Let's see, your case is 24 CR 0030208F. In this case, you are charged with battery, family violence. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Mr. Howard?
Fifth arrest, 08 theft, 05 theft. This is level 1.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Walker.
Yes, sir. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched to the incident location where they met with the victim, Ms. Tamara Marks. She advised that she is the daughter of the defendant. She advised that her and her mother were having a verbal disagreement. Her mother became physical and violent with her, and she struck her with a pole. Um, we have had contact with her daughter, the victim. She advised that she has moved out of the location. She also stated to us this is not the first time that her mother has struck her, but has never risen to this extent. We will be asking for a signature bond through pretrial services. No further violent contact with Ms. Marks. The victim stated that she's okay with having contact with her mother. We do believe that the defendant could be benefited by a 2-day anger awareness course. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. I'm not sure if Ms. Tamara Marks is on the line, but we would sound for her at this time.
And to be sure, she's not a minor, correct?
I
No,
do
I'm
not
not.
believe so.
Okay, Ms. Marks, if you wish to make a statement, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give me today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. Again, what I'm most concerned with are any concerns you have for your safety and your desire for contact with the defendant. I am not concerned with your rendition today of what happened, as there will be other court dates regarding this charge. So what would you like to tell me, Ms. Marks?
I, like he said, I have moved out of that location, and I am not opposed to contact only because I have a son and she has a relationship with him. I don't object to the 2-day anger management, but as far as everything else, I'm not concerned for my safety.
Ms. McLeod, do you have any objection to a signature bond at level 1 with your client taking the 1-day anger awareness course?
Yes, Your Honor, I don't have an objection to the signature bond. My client is an adult. She has grandchildren, and all of her 5 children are adults. She has not been in any, certainly not in any kind of violent related offense. She's not been in any kind of incidents at all for approximately 20 years. I do not think that that is necessary because this is just a misunderstanding between herself and her daughter, and they do not live together. So I would ask to submit a bond through the jail, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $5,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. She's going to take the 1-day anger awareness course, have no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. Best of luck to you, Ms. Thornton. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my business before the court. May I be excused?
Yes,
I love you, Ma.
All right. Ma'am, that's improper at this time, okay?
All right, I'm sorry.
I gave your mother a signature bond. You can greet her outside of the facility, all right? Best of luck to you both. We do have to keep some order around here, not trying to be unkind, okay?
No,
So please
I
don't do that
understand.
again.
I
All right,
understand.
who do
Thank
we have
you.
next? Best of luck to you. Who do we have next?
Position number 3, Mr. Kenneth Jones, he's a waiver.
Oh, so is there no one left at courtroom 2?
Yes.
You didn't knock them all out, Judge.
We ain't have the 2 left. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take the waiver case. What about that's it? Okay.
And number 5.
What happened to number 5?
Sorry, number 5 is gonna have to be a medical reset.
Okay. Are they at Grady?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's possible, but I spoke with Drew from Pat, and then she made me aware of some new information, and she needs to be medically reset.
Okay. I just want to I want to avoid that if we can, but it sounds like we can't. Okay, let's take up the wave position 24 CR 003209D. Mr. Jones, in which he's charged with simple battery. Can I have the history, Mr. Howard, please?
56 on probation for shoplifting. 2020 probation, 2019 probation. 2018 battery conviction, failure to appear. 2017 shoplifting conviction. I stopped
Okay.
there.
2017 shoplifting. What was
Correct.
the most recent arrest? I'm sorry.
2020 probation. He on
2020.
felony probation for shoplifting in Superior Court.
Okay. All right, Ms. Desiano, please
And
proceed.
Judge, he also has a charge for shoplifting in this case. I didn't hear you say
Wait.
that.
Wait a
He's got-
minute. This is number 3. Let me make sure it's on my calendar. Oh, you're correct. He does have an additional charge, shoplifting. Okay. Yes.
Okay,
so please
so
proceed, Desiano.
This incident took place May 22nd, 2024. Officers were dispatched to the Exxon gas station located at 1959 Lakewood Avenue in reference to a theft. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the owner of the gas station, Mr. First name FNU, last name Debashish Datta, who advised that the defendant came into his establishment all throughout the day and stole 12 packs of Michelob Ultra. During one of the confrontations with the defendant, the owner stated that the defendant pushed him in the chest with both hands and then slapped him in the face. The officer viewed the security footage. I don't believe he saw all of it, but he saw the last bit of it and saw the defendant walk out of the store with 2 cases of beer. And the owner gave him a receipt totaling $123.92. Our office has not been in touch with the victim. And Judge, by my count, I believe this case is likely going to be upgraded. We're in the process of getting the dispositions for the shopliftings. I'm showing that he's got one from 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, 2012. So in light of his history, the state's recommending a $1,500 surety bond on the simple battery and a $1,500 surety bond on the shoplifting. No further contact with the victim, stay away from the Exxon, and no weapons, drugs, or alcohol out on bond.
I'm sorry, what was he alleged to have taken again?
He was alleged to have taken 12 packs of beer, totaling $123.92.
I'm just trying to figure out how that's even possible, but okay.
Your Honor, I don't have all the
I-
information either, but
that sounds horribly incorrect. I don't think you could do that. I mean, physically, okay.
According to the warrant, Judge, he had come into the gas station multiple times throughout the day and had
Also, he's not
confrontations.
taking it all at once. Okay, well, all right.
So, yeah, the officer said that he saw a video of him taking out 2 cases of beer, but I don't believe that he watched the entire day's footage. I think he just watched enough to find probable cause to arrest him.
Are we guess? It's only a guess. Okay, Mr. Cook, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 55 years old. He has lived in the Atlanta area his entire life. He tells me he's homeless. I was sensing just the element of maybe an MH issue. I won't go any further into that. So I'm going to be asking for a social worker visit. And beyond that, I'll leave it up in the court's discretion.
Are you, if I were to give him a signature by Mr. Cook, are you asking for the social worker to see him before then? I'm just.
That's rarely possible because the signature bond will get. I want him to have the signature bond. Absolutely. I would put that in, but I wouldn't necessarily want it to be in order. If he gets out beforehand, that's fine. If he's still there and they're in the facility, that they can see him. But it's difficult. Presumably he would be getting out within the next 12 hours or so, maybe a little bit longer. So it may be impossible for them to visit, but I certainly don't want to hold him in Rice Street for a social worker visit.
Okay. Was he interviewed for PAP? I guess because of history. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna give defendant a split bond. Defendant is gonna receive $1,000 split bond, $1,000 SOB through the jail on the shoplifting, and a $500 surety bond on the simple battery. He is to stay away from that location. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me sound for the alleged victim. What was the victim's name?
His name is his first name is FNU. His last name is Debashish Datta.
I'm sounding for that individual. Okay. He stay away from that location, have no weapons, drugs, and alcohol. And because it's a split bond, he's going to all purpose. Also gonna order a BHET. Hopefully that can get done. All right. I believe that's the entire calendar. Miss Bridgewater, will you review it for me?
Yes, I will, Your Honor. Once again, the reset date for the SAP calendar is going to be June the 6th. Position number 1 is being reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 2 is reset further notice with a total $6,000 SOB through pretrial. Position number 3 is going on the SAP calendar with a $1,500 total split bond. 4 is reset further notice with a $3,500 SOB through pretrial. Position number 5 is being medically reset till tomorrow. Position 6 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 7, SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 8, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 9, reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 10 is going to the SAP calendar with a $2,000 good bond. And the add-on is reset further notice with a total $5,000 SOB through the jail. Are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
Yes, I'm here for Samira Tillman. I don't know what number was she that you just stated.
Her case was dismissed.
The case against her was dismissed. All right.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Best of luck. All right. I believe we will be in recess until tomorrow's expedited accusations calendar. Take care, everyone, and have a great afternoon.
Will you be back tomorrow, Judge?
I will not.
Enjoy your holiday.
It's Missy tomorrow.
man.
And
Y'all have Judge Missy tomorrow and Monday. So see you all.